Don't spend your time beating on the wall, hoping that it'll transform into a door. Hey, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what's going on this weekend with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Not too much. I mean, we took that little bit of a slump backwards, testing the bottom of that, wedge that people are kind of drawing on technical analysis, thinking that we're either going to break out to the upside or the downside, saying that this has been a long time coming. But we're not really seeing too much movement since then. I think we're up like $100 on Bitcoin. I think Ethereum had luckily gotten over $200 finally. A little bit of Tron news, a little bit of Cardano news, a little bit of Spank Chain news. But you know what kind of news I'm really happy for? The fact that we got Samantha over there in the chat today.
Good evening, everyone.
So how are you doing this evening, Samantha?
I'm pretty good. I had today off as well, which was nice. We did some more stuff in the yard.
Yeah. Yep, getting ready to add another peacock pen over here with about 15 or 20 foot of clearance.
Yeah, the flight cage.
The flight pen, that should be a nice addition here to the bird farm that we got going. But back to crypto-related topics around here. Got the bonfire going, though, for you guys. So that was kind of cool. Got all that old sealing material from last week going and burnt up. But, hey, Samantha, would you go ahead and pull up that... Hey. Maybe we'll go ahead and get that coin market cap pulled up there and refresh that for me, Samantha, so we can go take a little bit closer look and see what we got going on here with the markets. Oh, thank you so much, Samantha. Did you refresh it for me?
I did.
Oh, you're such a wonderful woman. Hey, look at that. Still holding on to the other side of $200 billion for a market cap, $201 billion. I mean, we're testing the lows right now for sure, but you know what they say? You got to go against the grain if you think you're going to make money. You got to pick it up on the dip. Not that I'm giving financial advice, not that I'm saying this is the bottom. I'm just saying you got to keep those things in mind, and if you think this is the bottom, it's where you're going to make the most money at buying it, right? So BTC dominance slipping back a little bit as we're starting to see these altcoins bounce back, coming in at 53.9%. Still continuing to travel into the future. 2,079 different cryptocurrencies listed here on CoinMarketCap. We're looking at Bitcoin coming in at $6,267. That's down a little bit over 1/3%, so not too big of a deal there. But, I mean, it's up from the dip because we were testing 615, 6,150, stuff like that. So here we go. Ooh, Ethereum, even though they're up 7.73, they're still tested $200 on the bottom side of it by 97 cents. Let's see. We got X Rapid down 1.89%, coming in at 41.6 cents. Bitcoin Cash, Lucky Fours, 444, and up 0.04. So nice. EOS still holding on to the other side of the $5 mark, coming in at $5.22. It's up 0.42%. So as you can see, no real movement today. I mean, it's Sunday. No, it's Saturday. I'm just jumping days. No, I don't want to get back to work that early. So yeah, I mean, it's Saturday. Maybe everyone's just taking it easy, sitting back a little bit, relaxing, not necessarily getting out there and trade and moving the prices all that much. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so what else we got? We got Stellar Lumas, 21.5 cents. No movement there, pretty much. Litecoin, $53.28. That's down 0.47%. We got Cardano, they're up, or no, they're down 1.8%, coming in at 7.2 cents. All right, let's get down here. Let's take a look and see what we got going on with the Steam. 85 cents, up 2.79%. Not bad. I like it on the other side of $1, but I'll definitely go ahead and take control of this opportunity and see if I can't pick some up on the cheap. If you guys wouldn't mind coming on over to Steam and giving my post an upvote, it would greatly help.
Upvote post, yes.
Upvote post. Steam back $1. And let's see what we got going on here. 99 cents. So even though the markets haven't gone up that much, the Steam back $1 slipped back a little bit, telling us, where we're looking at here with these altcoins. I don't know. It seems like lately it's been Shake a Magic 8-ball with the cryptocurrency market. I mean, we've been in the bear market all year so far. It's been sliding backwards. We've been holding out for, I don't even know how long now. Has it been 2 months or 2.5 months?
Yeah.
That we've been bouncing around between 6 and 7, slowly coming towards this end of the wedge here or whatever that people are pointing out. But which direction are we going to go on the other side of this? I'd like to think my fingers are crossed to the upside, but you never know. It could not be valued as much as we consider it. So let's go ahead. Let's stop the screen share. Let's go ahead and see what we're doing here. And let's pop out the chat, see who we got hanging out with us this evening. Oh, I hope that sun went down a little bit. Oh, no, it's still right there in my face. 5 more minutes, Samantha. That sun will be gone. So thank you guys for coming out here, joining me for one of these evening weekend episodes where we like to take it back and relax a little bit, as you tend to do on the weekends. Having a beer today, got the bonfire going. The weather's feeling great here in Florida. It was a little chilly this morning on the upper 50s. So it took a little while to get warmed up. We're doing some tree trimming around the yard here. We're going to go ahead and get to the grass tomorrow.
Yes, it figures. Eugene, the one who doesn't ever, waste electricity or anything. He had our bedroom AC-ness set to 60 or something. So thanks to the fact that it became 50 outside, we were in a pleasant 55 in our room. It was awesome. I was like, oh my God, why is it colder in here? That's not how it works. Oh, okay. So we have Crypto Shrugged author. He is here. Yay.
Thanks for coming
and he
out,
says
buddy.
Good afternoon. So yeah. We have Purpose Specific. He says, yo, Eugene.
Nice, my man.
Crypto Kerbit? We're going to go with that. He says, oh yeah, the simple life. You are so blessed, bro. Must be nice to be out of the effing big city.
I mean, yeah, we were over there on the outskirts of Tampa. We've lived over in the Melbourne, Merritt Island, Cape Canaveral area.
And Cocoa Beach, and
So, yeah, I mean, it's really nice. That's one of the reasons why we went for this place. Besides the fact that land is absolutely dirt cheap out here, the downside is that, when you have to go for employment, you're pretty looking at 45 minutes to an hour drive no matter what. I mean, and the fact that I got my motorcycle, I love that thing, super fast, street racing, ready to go. But I got a 3-mile hike on sand roads to get out of
sand.
Here. So it's a little bit of a hassle. I don't get to ride that thing as much as I'd like to living back here. But once I hit the pavement, I like to light it up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of backwards here. Not going to say anything past that, but there's quite a lot of people who their main mode of transportation around here is an ATV, a 4-wheeler, those weird little gator truck pickup-y
vehicles that they make now.
Yeah, so they drive them like cars because they just don't go on the main road. But it's how are you at the grocery store and you're loading up and then you just see them drive off down a hill somewhere.
So we searched for quite a while to find this kind of a location. There's not very many of them left, where there's a lot of untouched woods and they kind of just, let you be a little bit. And the zoning laws are fairly relaxed out here. I know that there's people that live nearby that literally just bought land and are dry camping 365 and building towers to collect rainwater and stuff like that, solar panels. So it's cool. All right, so let's get back to cryptocurrency news.
We have Full-Time Geek is here.
Nice. Thanks for coming out, buddy.
Andy Anderson is here.
Always can count on you, my man. You've been coming a regular lately. I appreciate that.
Oh, Purpose Pacific says, I bet Peacock Rotisserie would be good too, because he was talking about that you get all the turkey. What? No. No. That was an expensive bird if we're just gonna eat the damn thing.
Right. $100 dinner right there for sure.
And I mean, our turkeys are bigger, so I don't even know. He's in between a chicken and a turkey size. Peacock would not feed a large family. You're not having him for holiday.
All right. So what are we looking at with the news here? Well, I thought this one was kind of funny. You know how I like to talk about the hackers and the scammers and all that stuff and always keep bringing it to light because you got to build those really good filters and you got to, really pay attention to what you're doing out there in cryptocurrency because, hey, pretty much if you're not holding a lot of the stuff, they're going to be trying to rip you off if you're supposed to be investing or speculating in some way or another. And like we've seen with the ICOs and 90% of them being scams, trying to get people to invest their cryptocurrency. We're looking at Spank Chain out there. They had their hack,
What kind of name is that?
It's for the adult entertainment
okay,
industry.
Well, then that's what kind of name it is.
Was the other coin
that's okay.
Yeah, we've heard a couple other people talking about it, but I thought I'd bring it up again because this one was a little different. Usually you don't hear about these people getting hacked and then given the opportunity via phone call to be able to get their cryptocurrency back for just a few $1,000s. you know, considering the amount they had taken, I think they had gotten one back for 9,000 for the spank chain, and then they got the booties.
Oh yeah, that was the weird one where the hacker
so
called
here we are
them.
looking at just a $13,000 bounty on, you know, one of these major cryptocurrency changes. You know, I mean, they have, I think, what, I don't remember, what, $200 million or something, I think is the market cap on the chain. So
that is a little weird. I mean, yes, right. I got your coins. I just want 5,000 for this and 9,000 for that. And
I don't know how that conversation.
Yeah, I got your coins.
It says number unavailable, and for some reason you answer it, right? Even though, I mean, I don't know who answers their phone anymore. Every time I gotta text everyone to let them know I'm gonna call them before they'll answer. So then, you know, it says number unavailable, and you pick it up, and you're like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" And they're like, "We got your tokens." You're like, "No, not my tokens." They're like, "Don't worry, $9,000, and we'll give you the private key to the wallet." I mean, so
that is.
At the same time, I mean, White had. I mean, the only way they're going to find the stuff out is through it happening. I don't know. I mean, you know, a lot of times I always come back to the basic question: why can't you just use Bitcoin? Why does it have to be a whole nother blockchain? You know, what are the incentivizing to use this? When, to be honest, I actually just know that they have something to do with the adult entertainment industry. Exactly what it's used for. Like, is this to like buy porn on internet? Are they actually paying adult entertainment workers in this coin? Things like that. You know, I don't know. So,
right. How much is a spank coin equal to?
I don't even remember. I looked at it briefly when we were going over this, but you know me, I like to stay in the top like 10, 15, 20 at least. I definitely am not dropping below the top 50. I mean, look, we were seeing Bitcoin being delisted from a bunch of exchanges, and they're in the top 30.
Yeah.
I mean, and
they've been around forever. Yeah.
So it really, you know, when it comes to cryptocurrency, you know, that's why I'm always pulled back and so like hardcore on Bitcoin, is that it's been here, you know, it's time tested, it's time proven, and it's not going away. You know, there were a lot of pumps in like Bitcoin and stuff where I'm sure there were people that had bought in and are now holding bags and were hoping that it'd pump up again before they dumped them. And instead, here they are being delisted, more than likely never going to see their money ever again back at what they were with the pumps. So, I mean, holding on forever doesn't always work, you know, especially when you're looking at an altcoin. The promise is not as guaranteed as it is with Bitcoin when you look at these altcoins, it seems like. And this, you know, with SpankChain being able to be hacked and, you know, talking about Bitcoin as an example there being delisted, you can see this. You know, new coins and old coins are both just as susceptible to having problems.
Purpose specific as do you ever like get your fork cut in your lip ring when you're eating?
No.
He has got it caught on cast nets, like when you were cast netting.
Cast net fishing, I've had that happen. And
like in his face, like went with it because it was like, oh yeah.
It's more her hair. Like going to kiss her on the ear and the neck and things like that. And Samantha has long hair. I know you guys can't tell, but yeah, it gets caught on that.
Yeah, or it'll be part of the ponytail. I'll be like, oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me just undo that.
Ruins the romantic moment when I'm stuck to you.
He also asks, oh no, he says, you're basically living my dream. I want to buy a bunch of acres and build a house, a mansion, and start a farm. Yes, ours is not going to be a mansion. We want to go small. We were looking at crazy stuff today about how people were doing, I mean, buses and like,
and things like that. I'm shooting a lot more for owning land out here. I think the more of this I can own and barbed wire and fence in, the better. You know, I've been thinking about maybe down the road bringing on mobile homes and stuff and extending to my family to be able to come stay here rent free and stuff like that. But,
and I'm trying to talk.
Yeah, I mean, besides our double wide here, I don't really see us needing much more space. Our son's going to be 18 here soon, and of course, he's more than welcome to stay. I'd like to get him to go to a community college or online, like the Corsica type stuff. But of course, he's talking about leaving home, going to live with his friends, and all that kind of stuff. So who knows what's going to happen there? But of course, you know, there is the extra bedrooms available.
I was like, what is that? Oh, the pheasant. Nothing, just, you know. Purpose specific says, I was talking to somebody who said his friend told him to buy SpankChain. And I was like, dude, you know that's a porn coin, right? And he was insulting you. And he said he had no clue.
Don't
even know when you're getting insulted by your own friends.
I mean, I know that we used to sit around and it was like clockwork that every year before 420 Potcoin used to pump.
Oh my God, it was. It was all like, oh, yeah.
Oh, it's up 100%. We're getting close.
Look, everybody has interest.
Yeah, it was like in December, you'd start collecting it, little bits. All right, so what else are we looking at here in the news? I got Tron stuff. I got lots of Tron stuff. I mean, I'm not super big on Tron. I'm still kind of so-so. I mean, I know that they're up there with like EOS. I know that they're supporting smart contracts. I know that they're doing dApps. I know that they went ahead and bought BitTorrent. I know that the conversations come up on whether or not they're actually going to pay Tron or a different, like they're going to make a different cryptocurrency
like
with their smart contract and pay that for people that'll be seeding. Like
like seed coin or something. Like, yes, I mean, God knows they probably have one, but yes, like something that's specific for the seeding.
And they're thinking that that's going to help bring the Tron currency and network into more mass adoption. We're looking at 4 major tools coming out today. We're looking at Tron Box, Tron Grid, Tron Studio, and Tron Web. I don't know. These are all going to be like the tools to be a big help in hand to help developers be able to make dApps and smart contracts, being able to bridge, I guess, the Tron mainnet and the Tron virtual machine. We're looking at like Tron Box is supposed to be for testing and deploying smart contracts. All right. And then we got the Tron Grid, which is going to have a lot to do with the virtual machine. We're looking at Tron Studio, which is going to be Tron's network, the dApp, smart contract. And Tron Web is going to be the bridge between, web pages and the Tron network. So, I mean, it is all the tools that you need. I think I had seen at one point the price spiked up a little bit, like not much, a couple percent, and then dropped back down based on some of this news. There's also a lot of people were talking about a rumor about some kind of big partnership that was leaked. And
it was that the Justin dude had like tweeted the mysteriousness, like that something is supposed to be out, and then supposedly two different Tron people or whatever that actually are part of Tron tweeted out that it was supposed to be whatever it was.
I got that they were saying that it was like the China Google.
Yeah, the high Bandu or what? Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I can never write.
Bandu? Bandai? Banu?
I don't know, too many vowels in there. A, I, and U. I don't know how that goes.
A-I-U. Oh.
All right. So, I mean, besides that, I mean, is it going to be a major contender against EOS? I mean, is it going to be another one to help put a nail in the coffin of Ethereum as they're failing to scale? I don't know. It seems like cryptocurrency is sometimes moving faster than it should be, and it trips over its own feet, but then sometimes it's running so fast that if you can't keep up and you can't scale and you can't do all these things that the other cryptocurrencies are capable of doing, you are going to get left behind. So, what's going to happen to Ethereum? I guess that's been the big question I've personally been asking myself, is that we continue to see EOS doing well. We continue to see dApps develop over there and everything else. So that's slowly killing Ethereum. And now we're looking at Tron stepping up the scaling and the capabilities and the tools and all of that to be able to start getting on board with these dApps and smart contracts and everything, and have, the cheaper fees and not these outrageous gas prices, and better scaling than what we're looking at with Ethereum. And we're not having to sit around and wait for some sort of combination between proof of work and proof of stake and scaling and sharding so far off that nobody can seem to figure it out. And, I don't know. It gets easier when it just buy my Bitcoin, hold my Bitcoin, wait for the future. If the price shoots up above $10,000, sell a little of my Bitcoin, pay off some of my bills, keep a little extra cash on the side, go out here and try to teach people about Bitcoin, preach the word of Bitcoin at EDC. I mean, if you just keep it very basic, it's simple, it's easy, it's not that hard to get confused, because it does seem like when you get real deep into the cryptocurrency stuff and you're just chasing the fiat cash, you get people look over here and look over here and look over here, and then you're turned around in all these different directions and you get kind of lost, on what is real and what's not real. And ultimately, the main question is Why aren't you just doing this on Bitcoin? Why aren't you using the Lightning Network? Why aren't you looking at RSK? Why aren't you looking at, even though I guess there's some controversy coming out with it, but, if you're looking to move large amounts of Bitcoin, the Liquid Network is now coming out. So, I mean, if you need privacy, I mean, they're starting to come out with some more features on Bitcoin, like the Dandelion, which I thought was absolutely amazing. And like Andreas Antonopoulos was saying, the name for that is perfect. It definitely shows you go right up the stem, a couple jumps down some nodes, then it's broadcasted to everybody, so they can't necessarily come back and tie it to you.
Yep, we have Andy Anderson saying, bought more Bitcoin today. We'll buy more Bitcoin next week and the
Dollar
next
cost
week.
averaging. I mean, that's the best way to go. Then you're not sitting around saying, "Oh my God, I bought at the bottom," or "Oh, I bought at the top," or "Oh, we're just moving sideways." You're a little bit long-term plan is what's going to get you there. And I mean, I always say that you can't get enough of this stuff. It is, it's a matter of, they say don't invest more than what you're willing to lose. I find ways to cut back on my daily living so that I can take more of my paycheck and put it into it. I'm not losing. I've already made the reservational plans to cut back on the electricity, to cut back on, not eating out and stuff like that, so that I can put the money, because I don't need it. Now I don't need it. I made sure I don't need it, so that I can purchase Bitcoin today, so that in the future, when it's worth a lot more, I can go ahead and sell it, and then hopefully not have to go to the 9 to 5 so much, and spend more time with you, Samantha, and spend more time with the family, and more time here on the compound trying to get things, the way that I want them to be in our forever home, and less of this going out and wasting my life working for somebody else to make them money while they sit at home with their family. So it's just, I want to be with my family. I'm tired of working for everybody else so they can spend time with their family. My family is more important to me than my boss's family is to me.
P. Murphy says, hey, Eugene, hope you missed the hurricanes. We did. We got nothing.
Yes, we did. It went north of us, and we had a little bit of rain. So, I mean, it wasn't too bad.
That was it. Yeah. Like, not even a lot of wind. I mean, I think it's supposed to make, yesterday and tonight, it's supposed to be colder, but then it's supposed to go right back to...
Yeah, right back to normal. So, hey, I appreciate the cool weather. It's been a nice little break. Definitely got me thinking in the fall mindset. We got to get out there and get all the wood cut.
Yeah.
And get the wood wall off so that we can have bonfires quite often this winter. I love doing fires, especially when it gets to the cooler weather. We got to start fortifying some of the bird cages to be able to resist the cooler temperatures. And we got that fire stove that we planned on putting in the kitchen.
Yes.
So we got to go ahead and take care of that still.
P. Murphy said liquid Bitcoin sidechain protocol will make XRP and XLM useless. And he said it before you were saying it, but you were all on the same, yes.
Anything to put down XRapid would be nice. I mean, at the same time, like, I am considering them to be one of our most major competitor. If you're not, like, in the last year and a half, 2 years into the cryptocurrency space, if you're before this, Ripple always had the number 2 spot to Bitcoin. It was always in competitional league between, this is Bitcoin, this is the people's money for the people, and this is XRapid, or Ripple is what we called it at the time, and this is the bankers' money. This is, the digital currency for banks. And this is how it was always thought, up until more recently, when Ethereum's popped in the number 2 spot and Ripple slid in backwards. What's the matter?
Oh, there's something. No, you're good.
Your eyes went really
Sorry, because it was right here. I was trying to focus inward.
Attacking Samantha. But so as we continue to move forward, and Ripple slid backwards down the list, it seems like people got to be less, of this kind of a feeling, thinking that the competition wasn't necessarily between the people's money and the bank's money. And it seems like lately, with everything that's happening in Ripple, besides the fact they pumped up to $3 and came back down, and they're suffering the same exact fate that Bitcoin is, where people are criticizing them for it, which I do quite often because I seen the $3 and I seen less, and I'm glad I didn't get into it. But it's the fact that they are getting smart contracts, they are scaling the movement of the number of people I've seen behind them and talking about getting XRapid in order to be able to make more fiat cash. Getting to be a larger and larger and larger number. So, I hate seeing us lose supporters from Bitcoin to go to XRapid because they think that they're going to make more money, when ultimately we all need to be into Bitcoin, because it's not about making money. It's about the principles behind the situation of us taking the power away from them. Because, I mean, really, what good is it going to do for our children and our children's children if we can get them a bunch of money. But at the same time, they're not capable of actually making decisions in their own life because the government has, they don't stop making laws. It seems like, that book of laws is just getting thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker because without it, they wouldn't have anything else to do. So the more that we keep piling on rules and regulations and make it harder and harder, and yes, maybe we might be able to get our family into some of the elites by making a little more money. It's just a very complicated situation where I'd much rather feel like I'm doing something for the greater good and be trying to take power away from these people because what's going on just can't last. I mean, not if we want a bright future, in my opinion. If we want the future that we all kind of, when we think about the future, we all think we're not there, but, eventually mankind's going to be there someday. You like to think that, fair and equal and there being enough for everyone. And I don't see those things happening at the rate that we're going. I see a lot more, people in first world countries being treated like people in third world countries. Well, the 1% becomes a 0.5%, there becomes less of them and they become even richer. So.
P. Murphy said, forget selling Bitcoin in the future. Just use it. You're missing the point of Bitcoin.
Well, I mean, when we start to see some gains in Bitcoin, I'm not opposed to using the network. I'm not offended by selling Bitcoin. It's more like if I think that I need 5 Bitcoin to retire with, I'm trying to get 20 Bitcoin right now so that every pump between now and retirement, I can sell 5 Bitcoin to help cushion life, to buy that extra car and have it paid off so that we're not making 2 car payments.
Yes, but if it works,
buy the extra land to be able to pay off the house.
If it works right, we'll just be buying, it'll just be Satoshiing anyways. There won't be any.
I know, but I don't necessarily. I think there could be a pump in Bitcoin within the next 3 years, and I don't necessarily think that we're going to be able to.
Get rid of all fiat.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to call up the bank and get their Bitcoin address and send them some Bitcoin to pay off the mortgage here on the house. Or I don't think I'm going to be able to go down to the car dealership and be able to give them a half a Bitcoin to buy you a car. I think that it's going to be a situation of there will be third parties and all of these other things involved with it. It's going to be that gray area. It's going to be that transitional before everybody is running around with wallets and QR codes.
Candy Anderson says, I have a 12 of what you're drinking and you're talking me into having one.
I'm not a big drinker. This is actually the first beer I've had since
the last
episode where I had a drink. It tastes pretty good. I like this. Stella Rosa. Belgium brewing experts. They did a pretty good job.
You can't go wrong with I was going to say Netherlands, but I don't think it's actually because how Germany, the Heineken, and stuff. I think it's a broader or different area than Netherlands.
I don't really have any more news. I only had those 2 articles. I mean, I got all kinds of stuff. We talked about Dr. Doom and how he was out there. I mean, I just thought that was a little ridiculous. The way that he was bashing cryptocurrency. I mean, we haven't really been seeing all that much. I mean, we had the Coinbase CEO drop off, and he went over to the Bach exchange. Yes. So that'll be, that's kind of exactly who it seems like he just upgraded. He was like, yeah, well, Coinbase was the snap back in the day, and now the Bach is going to be, so I'm going to go work for them.
Right.
You always want to catch the next rocket ship going to the moon, and that one's the one going to the moon because Coinbase, they even went and talked about getting rid of their accredited investor program or whatever because they weren't seeing the volume or the whatever
that they needed.
But at the same time, how many accredited investors are out there getting a cryptocurrency, when the market's down, and then of course across how many different people went and opened up some sort of institutional investing platform with, custodial services. And unless you're going to beat Gemini, that's right where I'd be going with insurance. Everybody wants insurance if you can get your hands on it. I just don't like to buy insurance. That's why our cars suck.
Oh, yeah, no. It goes down to everything. Like how they asked, do you want insurance on that toaster? When you're buying, no.
I know. They even offer you, I think I bought that tool, the one that just broke. I changed the chain on my motorcycle because it was loose. Right, and then I thought I would just trim the old one, being cheap, and I accidentally cut it 1 link too small, so I had to order a whole new chain. Don't have any of the tools to rivet the end of it, so Of course, they got one $16, one $50, and one like $150. Well, the guy on the YouTube video saying you got to get the $100 one. I'm thinking, yeah, right. I'm gonna get
Yeah,
the
we're like, ah, you
$16 one.
douchebag, whatever.
So, and of course, the tool breaks, falls apart.
It was
and
bending.
snaps off, completely unable to rivet the end of the chain. I ended up with some C-clamps, hammer, and a pin to be able to just smash the end of it to be able to rivet it myself. So the chain is on now, of course, but still complete waste. They asked me if I wanted to buy insurance with that tool. I should have bought the insurance.
Right.
Because I doubt I'm going to be able to send it back to the dude and be like, your tool completely busted in my hands and I'm holding like 5 pieces.
You see this? Do you see this circle? This was your bend. This was your stick. This was the turning stick.
I wish I had insurance when the sailboat sank. I mean, that would have been nice. So I had it was a pretty big sailboat, and the way they go about robbing them is they rob them and then they take the gas from the boat and they burn them down so that it drops below the water line. Then there's no evidence. So
ours didn't drop below the water line.
Yeah, no, ours was so old that it sat out there.
It was teak or tilk or whatever that. Yeah, the super floaty. Yes, it was like Celtic style, just flaming barge across the water.
Our fire is not very impressive, Samantha.
Huh? Go do things for it.
Oh, I guess maybe. I don't know. Read from the chat. See what they got going on. We gotta have something to talk about.
P. Murphy says, "Awesome to see your better half involved in crypto." And Paul Rouleau is now here saying, "Good evening."
Hey, Paul, buddy, man. I'm glad you could make it out here. I was wondering where he was when you were saying the names earlier.
People got lives. There you go, Eugene. Yay.
Woo.
And you can see the peacock.
Can you?
Yep.
Kalidas never comes out, or at least never enough on the camera.
No, he's blue and everything. Yay.
All right. You guys can see Kalidas.
And that's my the brownie orange one. Yes, that is Camilla.
Gonzo's girlfriend.
Yep, she was the very first bird in this horrible bird whatever we have going.
It's not that.
It started with one chicken, people. He was all like, "Oh, let's go to the Ace Hardware down the street. Oh, look, it's so cute."
Rabbits next year, though, right? We're gonna try to breed and eat some rabbits.
I'm gonna try to breed them. You're probably going to be the one. I don't know.
Bunny burgers. I mean, who doesn't want a bunny burger with a fried egg on top?
I had with a fried, like one of these birds' eggs, of course. Yes.
Anybody want to talk about anything important with crypto? Anybody just want to talk? What do you want to hang out? I mean, I'll answer anything just about now. I'm just hanging out. I mean, that's the point in this show. I mean, you know, I get out here, I'd say 5 days a week, but I mean, it's been, well, we've been taking off Wednesdays because you like to sleep in.
No, that is 5 days.
5 days a week because we come out here one day on the weekend. We do our relax show because this is relaxed for sure because I'm just hanging out in the backyard. And then, well, we got the morning show before we go and head out the door and do our things. We digest crypto every morning, of course, because we're in the market. And like everybody else, we're constantly looking at the news and the coin market cap and trying to understand what's happening here in the space with our investments. So, you know, we do that in the morning. Then we just talk to you guys. You know, we want to do our part. We want to go out there and we want to spread the word of crypto. We want to be able to try to avoid those scams because that's one of the worst things about crypto. And we want you to keep it safe. You know, we want to tell you about the hardware wallets, the private keys, and not keeping them in exchanges, and not investing in ICOs. And I mean, there's a lot to take in. I mean, what I was telling you about how I was at the kennel the other day, right?
Yes.
And the lady with the cell phone problem about the banking. Well, then, of course, the conversation had continued past that. And I had told her, you know, I was like, wow, just wait till the day you're going to have to deal with, you know, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Because she knows what I do. She just doesn't understand it. And she's like, well, can't I just call the bank? And I was like, this money isn't backed by the bank or the government.
The bank isn't going to help you.
I was like, there is nobody to help you. I was like, you call me to help you. And I was like, and you're lucky if you know who I am because I don't even have, you know, 36,000 subscribers or anything. I was like, most of the time, you're going to have to find somebody and pay him a couple $100, and then more than likely he's going to tell you if you didn't write down your private key, your SOL.
Crypto Gerbert says, awesome birds. He says, do you have a cat? No, we do not like cats.
3 dogs.
I'm not a cat person. I like cats as a concept. I think they're a very attractive animal. I like pictures of them. I like cartoons of them. I love Hello Kitty. I do not like cats as an actual animal. Anything that doesn't like come to like or learn tricks or do anything, yeah. And now he's asking if we smoke.
I don't smoke cigarettes. Samantha smokes cigarettes on occasion.
Oh no, now it's are you all tokers, smokers, midnight jokers? Get your lovin' on the run.
Now, who would go onto the internet and say that they are a drug user? This is not a legal state. Unfortunately, none of us are crippled in any way whatsoever to be able to receive a
there is no medical
marijuana card here in Florida. So, unfortunately, I guess until they legalize it, I am going to have to abstain. I don't do illegal activities, just like I don't tell people what to do with their cryptocurrency or financial advice. I'm just out here talking about my life.
And Andy Anderson says that he's shooting for 20 Bitcoin too. It's gonna need to stay down for a while. I mean, yes, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely a ways off from having 20 Bitcoin. But at the same time, you know, I am grateful, and I am going to always have to constantly be grateful for the rest of my life for what Bitcoin did do for me during this last bull run that we had. You know, when I got into Bitcoin, it was $700, and I didn't have a ton of Bitcoin, but it did give me the opportunity to break out of this cycle of collect my paycheck, give it to the landlord, not have anything left over, and continue doing this nonstop for the rest of my life. Because the bank isn't going to finance me. I got outstanding student loans. I think I went bad on a cell phone plan. I didn't pay an old electric bill. So my credit score is shot. But being able to get a lump sum of money together that was, you know, more than $3,000 or whatever, it seems like you never get more than that together, at least working, you know, week to week or whatever, you don't. I was able to put money down. I was able to start working towards owning something, and in my mind, knowing that I will own this someday and that I'm working towards not just giving my money away. Because, well, we've been in this together since we were both 18, Samantha, so we've been definitely paying rent and giving it away for almost 20 years now. I mean, we would have bought a house over already, especially these kinds of properties that we're looking at now. We would have bought 2 of them, if not 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we had known about this, like when we started first, because we've wanted to downsize and live in the middle of nowhere for quite a while. We hated all of our neighbors for quite a while.
Yeah,
it was very motivational. Yes, no, especially the ones that would come over like every day to like, can I have, you know, sugar, milk, like, and it was like, dude, I am not the grocery store. I go to work. I bought this. You don't just get it. But I don't know.
This isn't very much of a crypto episode.
It's not. It's not.
I guess it feels kind of weird to not talk about, because usually I talk about so much crypto and less of my personal life.
I mean, I don't. Yes, and that when we started looking into it, there's quite a lot of actual laws. It's just actually in this area, but we didn't know until we moved here. Just no one really does anything.
Yeah, like there's laws.
Like yes, the homesteady weird stuff. Yeah,
in a camper on your own property for a period of 2 weeks, and then you have to leave for a period of 2 weeks.
Yes, and then I mean, you can say like that you are under like literally like construction, like building something, and you get like 3 months or something.
It was a year and a half.
It was something, but you still have to leave periodically, and like it still has to be like, oh, there isn't electricity or there isn't this or that, like where you would actually be building property and just staying on it. And it was like, yeah, no. Now that we're here, oh yes, we should have bought in like all of the land, all of it. Aww.
And a little dingle.
P Murphy.
Camera? Can you see him?
I can't see him because of the box, but I'm pretty sure.
All right.
P Murphy says you're You're your own bank in crypto. People need to
Exactly.
understand this. Yes, and no, that is, I mean, I don't think it is going to be as awesome as it needs to be until, yes, until people like his boss's wife are able to use it. And that's really sad because I don't know how long that's going to take.
Right. I mean, how long is it going to be until the Bitcoin that me and you are using right now, with the addition of the Lightning Network, gets to the point where it is as simple as signing into mobile banking and paying your electric bill with the bill pay on your mobile banking? Because until it's at that level of simplified, we're drawing a giant divide down the world between the educated, like the not educated, but the technical savvy versus, you know, the non-tech savvy people. And finances can't really work like that. I mean, everybody has to be able to have access to finances. That's part of all of this.
Yes.
You know,
I mean, like
I mean, the 10-year-old kid can run down to the store with some change and buy a candy bar.
That same 10-year-old needs to be able to, yeah,
operate Bitcoin. You know, that 10-year-old kid has to be able to have his own electronic device, you know, with Bitcoin on it, and be able to run down to the store and be able to purchase a candy bar, or else it doesn't work as everyday money. But at the same time, I don't know if I ever actually believe that Bitcoin will be the one world currency where there is no other forms of currency.
I hope so.
I don't think we'll ever live to see it. I mean, I think that before the entire world could get on board with Bitcoin and it be the one world currency, me and you are going to be long gone, Samantha.
Yeah. Paul Rulo says that he's shooting for 1 Bitcoin, but my fiat account is loaded with blanks.
I feel you there, my man.
And P. Murphy says, nice to hear about who you are and where you came from. It connects you to your subs. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We don't like to talk about ourselves.
Well, I mean, it's always been open. I mean, if you've been here, I'm sure that there's been all sorts of little details.
You can piece crap
slowly
together,
across
yes.
the lab. It'll be what? It'll be 2 years in January that we've been out here doing this.
Yep. We've been together 18 and a half years or something now.
Yeah.
Yep. Our son just turned 17.
And now in November, it'll be 1 year that since we put money down on this place, and I've been making payments on it. We moved in here after the new year.
Always had crappy jobs, crappy things. There was a jet ski. That was awesome. You guys just, yeah.
Everyone used to like the bike intro video, but I don't know how we would do an intro video now that we're doing the live streams.
I know. Yeah, because we had tried that one, and it didn't, like, when you screen shared it or whatever, it had no sound. It didn't.
Well, just when it's raining and we're out there.
Right,
I parked the bike out there under when it's
under
raining,
the tin roofy, like,
roof
porch.
Everybody hates the sound from. The motorcycle is actually parked under there, so it doesn't get wet when it rains. We'll just have to, we'll put the camera on it, and I'll just burn it out in the beginning, and then the smoke will fade away, and then I'll be like, thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee.
No. Purpose Specific says turkey was the original official bird of the United States. Eugene had said something about that, too.
Benjamin Franklin had wanted
was pushing for the turkey.
The original bird of America. He was saying that the eagle was actually a scavenger bird, and that the turkey is the most noblest bird.
I have never dealt with a bald eagle in any way, but
I think I should clog our eyes out.
I mean, in Alaska we saw them. I remember seeing them and seeing nests and stuff, but yeah, they don't really. Yeah, they're up in the air. You know, you never really see. I did see one catch a trout once, or a salmon. It actually did the whole diving deal. That was the closest.
So, all right, I am definitely done with this beer. I have a second one. I was prepared to continue to go out here for at least an hour. I mean, if you guys want to keep going, we can keep going. You have to talk in the chat, though, because I definitely don't have anything to keep rambling on about unless you want to hear me go on about, I don't know, what are my other passions, Samantha? Hating the government, hating finances, and then bird cultivation and farming. I mean, other than that, I can talk mechanics and motorcycles. home repair. I hate talking about it, but I know how to repair anything that there is. I mean, I've done it all. I am definitely like, if I had a trade, it would just be fixer. Like Eugene, the fixer. I mean, that's all I've done my entire life is that people are rich and they have a lot of crap and it breaks all the time. And either they are too busy to fix it or they don't know how to fix it. I just am too poor to buy anything, but I can fix everything. I mean, I literally have been in $1 million RV that I could never afford in my entire life, and I had to like fix the ice maker in it and fix the heat sensor that wasn't necessarily working in the back bed because it was one of those kinds of deals.
A heat sensor?
Yes, because the beds were heated and it wasn't working, and because it wasn't working, it would throw a check engine light up in the front.
Of course. I mean, of course.
You have to have... ice maker messed up the vehicle too. It was throwing an alternative check engine kind of. There's like all these lights on the dash, and they're like check sensors or appliances, and one of those was going off when his ice maker wasn't working.
P. Murphy says, tech savvy is educated. I know, yes. And then he said that he watched your first videos.
Either, because I do know smart people or, you know, highly educated people that just are not tech savvy. You know, like they have different sets of skills.
Oh, you know, like I'm not tech savvy. I'm not tech savvy. I mean,
you're operating our live stream. You can't be doing too bad, Samantha.
Well, and it goes dark.
Then you're like, oh, let me shut this off.
No. But yes, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it also...
Another one, you guys. You got to pile up some questions, though, if I'm going to hang out, though. All right, that's the only thing I ask. I'm not saying you got to do super chats or none of that other stuff like other YouTubers do. We are grateful that you guys come out here and hang out with us. Because if you guys didn't hang out with us, I don't know how many real friends we actually have. Everybody else we know due to circumstance, like either we work with them, they live nearby, or something like that. As far as, you know, having those friends or people that you want to connect with, that you have common interests with, and not just common geographical locations, you guys are them. Like, I mean, between the ones that we talk to on Twitter, the ones that we talk to on email, and I mean, it's not even necessarily that we talk all the time, because like Paul Rouleau, I know you're out there, we don't talk to you all the time, but we consider you a friend. Sometimes we talk about you when you're not around.
In a good way.
I mean, we talk about all of you guys, you know, like we consider you, like if we're talking about friends, you guys are the people that we refer to. I mean, on average, realistically, we're probably looking at maybe 60 to 100 people watch our video.
Woohoo. That's a lot of friends.
People that actually comment and talk to us, we're looking at 30 to 40 people that we might actually know.
That's still a lot of friends.
I mean, and we are rich in friends. I don't say that we're not, Samantha.
Yeah.
I am grateful for the number of YouTube viewers that we have in this community that we've kind of built out here, and we all work together. I mean, you know, when we see the other YouTubers and we see them out there live and we see their chats, it's like, I just, you know, so much spam, so much garbage, so much trolling. And, you know, that's not happening here. Like, this is an actual real situation. Like, I'm hanging out here in my backyard. You guys are out there at home watching online. Samantha's over there in the chat reading your questions. You know, no one's is anyone trolling in the box?
No.
I mean, James Bond's not here, is he?
Nope. Nope.
So, I mean, you guys can ask real questions and get real answers when it comes to cryptocurrency. And, you know, I would like to say and think that I'm going to have the right answer. But even if I don't, there's somebody else there. I'm sure somebody out there got my back. I'm sure there's someone sitting in that chat that will catch a mistake if I make it and definitely help point you down the right road. So it's these kinds of opportunities. You can't put a price tag on that. I mean, I wish in the beginning somebody would have been like, Eugene, don't sell Ethereum on PayPal. But no one did. You know, nobody was out there saying, Eugene, this isn't going to work out for you. Because I probably would have asked. I mean, I was asking all kinds of questions. I was trying to get in touch with lots of people because I didn't have a clue about this, and I considered myself fairly tech savvy. You know, so it was like, all right, well, here's Bitcoin, here's this Ethereum stuff. I got a Coinbase account. They're letting me buy it. How do I make money off of this? I mean, I guess it takes time to get to the root cause, and that's principle. You know, you can't buy principle. We're not here for the dollar cost, you know, the dollar bills and all of that, or else what, we'd be out here, we would have been out here doing ICOs and talking about them. I mean, we had lots of offers.
Oh, you could have jumped on the BitConnect train.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you'd be getting sued now. But you could have.
Been like, Craig Grant, hook me up, man. I would have went right over and knocked on his door. Been like, dude, hook me up. Let's get a video together. Hey, look, I'm with Craig Grant. BitConnect.
Well, that man is such a douche.
But I don't know. We've always been a lot more about. It hasn't always been about the money. I mean, if it was about the money, then we would have made a lot of different choices.
Oh yeah, money is a means. Like money is a means to an end. Like I would like to stay, living at the same place. Thus, I have to have a certain amount of money. I would like to have the electricity still stay on at that certain place that I get to go. Thus, I have to have more money.
I don't know. It seems like the older and older I get, I realize that a lot of things in life are always just a matter of perspective. And it always seems like as long as you can put yourself in the right frame of mind, you can accomplish just about anything. You can continue to go through anything. And it's at the same time that you have to realize that you can do anything. I don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying, Samantha?
Yes.
That a lot of people feel like they're trapped in certain situations and you're really not trapped. Yes. And then at the same time, there's a lot of bummed out, angry, upset people that are just like every day they're mad at life. They're angry about what they're doing. No one's making you do nothing. No one's making you go to that shitty ass job tomorrow, or Monday or whatever it is. You're kind of choosing to because you tell yourself that you need the money, because you have to pay the bills, because you need a place to live, because you don't want to live on the street. So this is the circumstance and this is the hand that you're dealt. Well, you can't just, you can't up and quit. Nobody wants to be homeless. No one wants to go join my brother Pablo out there living under a bridge, drinking a beer, asking for hands out to buy your next natty daddy or whatever. You got.
Oh, one of Eugene's brothers is homeless, in case you didn't know that one.
But it's to start making the plans, to start saving, to start doing the things to eliminate your need. To continue to do those things every time. If you can make your dependency on money less, then you don't have to, work the extra hours, go in on the weekend.
Yeah.
Find a job that doesn't require quite as, you may get paid a couple dollars less, but you got more flexibility. You got more you time. You got more, hey, I can go in at, 9:30 instead of 6 in the morning or something.
Wow.
Hey.
Hi, what's up? Okay, purpose specific. Were you in crypto when? Ooh,
I came in right after the halving.
He said Cripsy stole everyone's funds. They quoted 13,000 BTC at 5 million at the height of 2017. It was 230 million, not the count that Ripple and all the other coins lost. Not to count all the other coins, Ripple and the other coins.
That was one of the big hacks.
Yes.
There was quite a few hacks that were happening around that time.
I don't think I said it right. It's like cry, P, T, C, Y.
Yes, we were here.
But no, we were not anywhere near that.
Yeah, we were in since the last halving. We came in right after that. Bitcoin had just bounced from 6 to 7 when we got into it.
Yeah. Because we had seen it. We were when we actually
we were real excited when it broke 1,000.
When we first literally started watching documentaries and crap about Bitcoin, it was like 500, and then it had went up. But like when we first literally bought our first fractional Satoshi
$15 or something.
Yeah, it was $15 at 700 a coin. Listen, we had it was like 0.02 or something. It was nice. It was better. It was bigger. And then and just like Ethereum, I mean, we had like $300 or $400 the first batch in Ethereum when they were like
$7.
Yeah, $7.
Yeah, we'd be doing real good if I sell all that Ethereum on PayPal, but we don't talk about that anymore. got to look forward. You can't look backwards. I mean, if you look backwards, the guy that sold the pizza for 10,000 Bitcoin, he'd off himself, man. I mean, we're looking at enough money where you'd be set for the rest of your life. You never got to work again. You know, that's why cryptocurrency, you know, you can't look backwards. And as soon as you're capable of looking past those things, then you're all right with this whole spending of cryptocurrency. And then that's why Adam Meister is always like, don't spend Bitcoin, because he's been in it so long that if he was spending Bitcoin,
oh God,
back when it was like $200, he would like want to go, you know, eat a Big Mac, actually. Give up on all of his lifestyle. So, you know, it's like big money. Like we've had, like, you know, me and Samantha, we've lived a long life, right? It's not like we've always been poor and destitute or anything and not capable of scraping money together. We've had money. It's just that usually we go blow it. Me and Samantha have had plenty of times where we've gone out at the club and rented cars, and we've done vacations and stuff like that. So, you know, we don't look back at those times. You know, you don't look back at the money that you spent to be able to have an exciting time. You try to look back and you think of the good memories that happened then. So
yeah, it's just like the dude who bought the 2 pizzas. I mean,
yeah,
the only way he's not offing himself is by not looking back.
Well, or he looks back and he remembers it for the good values. That, hey, I was that guy that bought pizza with Bitcoin. I was the first person to do the transaction. I am history. You know, and I mean, that's kind of part of what we're doing here. We got to be a little bit of history. If cryptocurrency does make it big, you know, we have been out here, you know, I'm not saying I'm the first YouTuber, but I'm one of the original YouTubers that have been out here that has stayed true to the, you know, my beliefs and stayed on the down low and definitely have been a little more, you know, undercover than some of the other people talking about Bitcoin and why we believe it's going to be the future and why we need to keep buying this stuff and holding it for the future and, you know, trying to educate ourselves and move little bits of it here and there to keep the network viable and valid. But at the same time, we're constantly keeping that long-term perspective and trying to help with adoption.
Okay. We have P. Murphy saying that, I don't know why I always just say, I think that you're Peter, and you're not, because it's just P. It's the one that's been around forever with the little plane.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
See, I noticed the emoji.
He's been there forever. But he said that some very wealthy people off themselves daily. Money isn't the be all and end all.
No, and I do agree with that too, because I have, you know, I've worked for a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people different through work. And I mean, I have seen people with tons of money and the wives and the husbands bicker back and forth and argue about money and argue about the most.
Yep. And the children, you know, are angry and feel unloved. I mean, everyone.
I could never imagine Samantha coming home every single day and arguing with you about some of the stuff I see other people argue about. Like, we are both definitely big picture people. And when it comes down to it, like, if we're arguing about something, it is raising the child and fundamental beliefs, or it is the divergence of finances in the long-term perspective.
Yeah, which bill do we pay?
Do we pay the electricity or do we pay the mortgage? No.
Which was more important right now? Yeah, okay, so now we have John. And I now hate you because he says, I'm late getting a massage now.
What?
Missed the notification. John from Malibu.
Samantha has never had a massage. She's asked.
Never, ever. I don't even know. I mean, unless you count Eugene's. Yeah, unless you count whatever Eugene is.
What do they charge? Like $40 an hour?
I have no clue.
How long do you get a massage? I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to pay somebody else to rub me. I mean,
I don't know.
Not be like, you know.
Happy ending?
Yeah.
Okay, so Purpose Specific said it was Cripsy. So it was, and he said that he lost on there about 30 to 40,000 in XRP and 2 Bitcoin and tens of thousands in altcoins. Oh my Jesus. Oh, that's horrible. And he said it was a Florida-based exchange, and that he was know your customer verified, so he thought it was a reasonably safe. Oh.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean,
that is horrible.
That is a hard hit right there for sure, my man. You know, I just, I wish that it was like, I wish you had found services or, people to help give you the insider information where you don't need cryptocurrency on exchanges.
God, not that kind of money. Yes.
Unless you're holding your private. I mean, I don't know. If he has this kind of money to invest, I'm not insulting you. I'm just talking to Samantha here. If he has this kind of money to invest, he probably has more money than we do. So when you think thousands of dollars, like to us, $5,000 is probably a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, yeah. So he has more. So it's like, it still hurts.
Like us losing an amount of money that we consider to be a vast amount.
Oh, you mean like your Ethereum on PayPal amount of money?
Right.
Okay.
But
I feel you then.
Yeah, it is that you can get duped into this stuff. I mean, just because a website looks legit, just because they have know your customer, just because they have what? I mean, really, it's a website. I mean, why would you trust any website ever? I mean, I don't know. It is that. That's why this Bitcoin education is not. It's not something to just, think, oh, I got that. I understand that. It's like there's so much more to it. Because, yeah, I thought I understood Bitcoin in the beginning. And not really. I didn't really understand that it's a one-way transaction and that with every sort of credit card, there's buyer protection. I guess I didn't necessarily understand exactly 100% what deflationary meant because I kind of wish I hadn't sold as much Bitcoin as I had sold on the way up to 20,000. There are a lot of aspects of this where people think that it's an investment avenue when it's a lot more than an investment avenue. It's an investment avenue if you're looking at it in a short-term perspective. Otherwise, you're looking at this as this is a new currency that is depowering the U.S. government and the U.S. dollar bill and is giving the power back to the individuals who are smart enough and capable of getting out there and owning their own private Bitcoin keys.
That is, yeah. Oh, he does say, though, that, I mean, luckily it is. Okay. He said, luckily I can stomach the loss because at the time it was only 1,000 to 2,000. It's now several thousands. And he said that his BTC was like $400 when he got it lost. Right. When it got stolen.
It's exactly like how when I talk about this PayPal and this Ethereum situation, I mean, at the time, it was probably about $2,000 worth of Ethereum that was bought between $7 and $21 and then turned around and sold on eBay for double the price. So I thought I was making money.
We never brought out the battery charger. The battery is low, very low.
Well, do you want the charger? Like, is it going to die right now? Or is it saying 20 minutes?
It says battery is low is all it said. So what does that mean to you? An hour.
An hour?
Yep.
Do you guys want the battery charger? I don't know. I mean, you can go grab it. There's an extension cord right there on the end of the pole. Are they saying they want the battery charger?
No one's saying anything.
They're just lurking in the dark.
Oh, and John said, come out to Malibu. I'll hook you up. My masseuse is listening and laughing in my hotel room.
Nice.
All right, then. Oh, that they're from China might be a spy, LOL. Well, don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. China has all the Bitcoin anyways. It doesn't matter.
Yep. There we go. If we want to talk about bad stuff in Bitcoin, the big problem is what? That China has a bunch of miners. That they're saying that China could potentially have and be able to control with their firewall as much as 71% of the Bitcoin mining. That's been the biggest FUD piece. Or not FUD piece, but, you got to say the good with the bad. That's the bad. That's the biggest problem. I guess if for some reason China was totally like shut down the firewall and like not let Bitcoin signal out or try to do some sort of double spend attack because there's never been a valid attack on Bitcoin. This is where the biggest like realistic, real life possible problem in the future of Bitcoin could come from is China messing with the mining. Because they have the giant firewall, because potentially as much as 70% could be.
Yes, making something that's decentralized become centralized because someone owns it. Even
if they just shut it down, we'd be looking at a situation that it could take 2 weeks to a month and a half before the block, difficulty reset, so that the number of miners there are across the rest of the world were capable of finding the hash in order to produce a block.
Yeah.
So it would be that Bitcoin like hit the freaking brakes as hard as they could.
Yeah, like the freaking like emergency stop.
But it would be like there was no transaction.
Yeah.
Well, Lightning Network. There would always be a Lightning Network.
Yes.
Because that doesn't require. I mean, I don't.
Yes, because you
I don't
actually
know,
it's somewhere, but it is
to
somewhere
say,
in between. Like you're not actually. So yes.
Yes, if you were able, just because the main net was down for a month, you would still be able to transact with networks that were already open on the Lightning Network. Like if you had a channel open on the Lightning Network already, you would be able to continue transacting.
Yeah, because it would
network.
still, yep, and your Bitcoin would still be whatever staked or whatever the heck they want to call it. But yes, that
right
in there. Oh, so, what, John?
All right.
I really don't want to hate you, John. He says, I'm in the hotel to meet a code writer crypto dude today. For real.
I think we're back. I can't tell. Hold on. Let me see if the chat's still going. All right, are we back? I think we're back. I saved it. Snap. I got it. I think we're back, guys. Did I save it?
I don't know. Somebody has to say something.
All right, you guys got a comment in the thing telling us whether or not.
I mean, I got a box. I got you. It
delay.
says live.
Because I told you I was messing with the video quality, so there's a 20-second delay because that was the best thing I could do to get the video quality better.
Paul Ruler says you're back.
Nice.
Thank you.
I thought it was going to drop off completely.
And John says we're live. And we're live, guys. Give me all the hearts on Facebook. God. Have you seen that man in full? See, because usually you only see Ivan like at the desk level. They showed him doing like, I don't know, his little conference spiels. What? Like skinny jean high waters, like on a 6-foot Swedish man. Like, are you kidding me? And a jacket. I'm not even like, somebody should have said something. Anyone.
I still think that the John McAfee shirt with him holding the gun with the FUD, when I was looking the other day for you and I seen Crypto Lark wear it. What the?
Probably the same moth it is. See, you're fine. It's the moth.
When I seen
Don't worry.
And then I seen him wear it, it was like, oh snap! I want one of those really bad.
That man is ridiculous.
I know. It's like I don't necessarily like John McAfee, but the fact it's like the T-shirt of what were those ones back in the hookup shirts? Remember how they used to have the hookup shirts with like the anime characters? Of
yes, with like the nurse riding the needle, like
or the other ones of like Mr. Rogers, and it'd say masturbator or whatever. Yes, and like that. I think it's that kind of humorous. But at the same time, we used to wear Jinko jeans that were 32 inches at the bottom.
Oh, dude, I had these pimp ones with a giant kangaroo where the pockets literally went all the way down. Okay, you could shut up. They were amazing.
So since we made it back, does anybody have anything? No, they're just listening to us ramble and drink in our
Swingle
backyard.
Jason is now here. And he just came back with "Yep, you're back." So thanks, Swingle.
Awesome.
Oh, wait, no. Swingle had said something right before, probably when our laptop died, saying China has nothing to gain by doing that. They want money just as much as anybody else does, so it would be a counterproductive for them. Yes, it would.
It would. I mean, that's always been the main incentivization about Bitcoin is that the network is designed that if you are invested in it, that it is.
You want it to succeed. You don't want to, yes. You don't want to kill it. What's that going to do for you? John says that he loves crazy. Mac makes me laugh. Oh, that man is beyond ridiculous. I don't know. Every time I give him the benefit of the doubt, he just, snorts one more time, sniffles, touches his nose.
The one with him and Omar, that interview.
That was the worst.
It was, and then he's like, "This is the 6th interview I've done today," and it's like, did you do a gram per interview or something?
It was bad. It was really bad. My kid came out and watched it he came out probably for 5 minutes and stood with us, and was just standing there as we were watching. He was like, "What the hell is wrong with that guy?"
Oh, he's one of our founding fathers.
Well, now,
in the cryptocurrency space.
I really don't want to have that conversation with you. But yes, there's something fundamentally wrong with him.
How's the picture? Is it really dark now that the sun started going down?
No, not yet.
All right. The light's holding it back. Nice.
We're at 1 hour and 15 minutes, so and the laptop has died once already.
Right. I still don't have any news, so.
I still don't have any news. Should I go and look some up for us, or
Flip over to a screen share, type in Bitcoin news in the Google bar, and see what's new in the last 45 minutes.
I'll be one of those YouTubers.
No. Then we'll read the article, we'll highlight it and read the article to them.
But scroll too fast for you to read it yourself.
Exactly.
Yes, that is exactly how you do that. Also, don't say where it's really from, so you have to pause it, hold up, see what's in their toolbar.
So you can go type it in your own, so you can get the article up yourself.
Yes, because obviously I'm not going to let you read it off my show. No, no, no.
Well, I mean, we don't link to the articles in our show notes either. I think that's because I got this one text document that I cut and paste and put in every single video, and I've altered it many times across the entire life of the show. But as far as the day, the daily in and out, I don't alter it all that much. So I need to take the tally fund off there. I started looking to the Ultra. I mean, I definitely am still holding back on that until after we go and do this event. So
yes, this one has to go well because God, why are we fundraising for a horrible event? You know what I mean? If this goes horrible, I don't think it will.
I don't think it will. I think it'll go good.
But if for some reason it really did, yes, we would definitely not want to be having some eggs in a basket already for the next one that we wouldn't want to do.
I don't know. I think EDC is going to be great. It's going to be November 9th and 10th. So, of course, you got to come check out the channel because we're going to put YouTube on your phone, Samantha. We're going to try to do some sort of a live broadcast.
Oh, I have YouTube on my phone.
I know, but I mean, sign into this account.
No, okay.
Not your viewing account, but this channel.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to broadcast live. So I don't know how, we've never done it on a cell phone. We don't do this on a cell phone. We do this on a laptop with a separate mic and a separate cam. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure.
Samantha's going to be able to see chat while you do it. I don't know.
I got no clue. Yeah.
Works. Yeah. Maybe we'll have to do a tester. I mean, we do a tester at some point.
Yeah, I mean.
Figure it out, right?
Only
one way to know.
That is true.
What else are we gonna do? We're gonna take a bunch of photos. We're gonna bring the good camera, right?
Yeah, our kids. Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get all the video. We kind of gonna record some
we're gonna record some standing in the line. We're gonna record some at the gates. We're gonna record some
Right. So
horrible
I mean,
person
we'll
playing in the
I
daytime.
don't know,
Yes.
maybe we'll be able to lure some beautiful women over closer and like their scantily clad outfits and, you know, record some of me being like, hey, Bitcoin, so that it looks good on video. That'd be kind of cool. I know that. Of course, everybody wants to see stuff in the fishnet and the boobs with the painting and, you know, all of that kind of stuff, especially over like some douchebags dudes and like a Pikachu.
Oh, yeah.
Outfit.
Oh, come on. Don't knock the Pikachu,
I mean,
dude.
that's cool and all, but that's not the people you want to see on video talking.
No, that's not what these people want to see on video.
You mean my 99.9% population of male viewer?
I mean, I know I have at least seen 4 to 5 female-ish names in the chat.
True.
So,
that is very true.
You know what? Your population might be, I mean, we're not talking a lot more, but a little.
Well, you know, when you got guns like you. No.
You are so ridiculous.
Well, I'm into the second one. I'm sorry.
Oh, and that's how we...
It gets ridiculous at this point. So what do you think, Samantha? I see the smile on your face from ear to ear. Should we go ahead and wrap this up?
Yeah, why not?
Now that I'm flexing for the camera and talking about my alcohol intake, we should bring this to a winding end.
A swinding?
A winding. I was going to say screeching, but we're going to.
Oh, that's how it became swinding.
Yeah.
Swingle Jason comes back with who says LOL when I was saying so all of your population who wants to see. Yeah. Oh, and Paul Reload beer muscles. Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, it is starting to get dark. The fire's looking nice.
Finally.
We can throw some more wood on there.
I don't know. I'm very glad that we actually at least got... There was quite a lot of just
there
crap.
was a lot of ceiling debris. It was like one of those, like where they have those runners or whatever that are like a foot wide that go the whole length. And I ripped all that crap down or whatever.
Oh,
like
Benjamin's here.
Insulation. Put it all on the fire. It's been sitting there. It got rained on a couple times, but hey, it took up with a little gasoline. Not a problem.
Did you hear me?
We also cut all the branches.
No, you did not hear me.
I'm sorry. Yep,
I said Benjamin's here now.
Buddy.
He says, darn, I'm late. I'm doing an in-frame rebuild on an incoming ISL. Good times.
Well, I'm glad that you're working. It's always nice to be making money.
Benjamin's always working.
Though. I mean, we're sitting here trying to wrap the show up, I think. But trying to go back and rewatch it.
Yes.
This one wasn't all that much about crypto, though. It was a lot about hanging out, social life. But, you know, I don't know. We made that thumbnail for the video today. I thought that one was kind of cool. And you really, I thought that the slogan for it, you're never as alone as you think you are in crypto. You know, we were going for Halloweeny, you know, like horror in the woods.
But it's also the same kind of feeling.
Right. You never are as alone as you think you are in crypto because, you know, when I got into the space, I didn't physically know anybody. And, you know, crypto's exploded a lot since then. And everybody kind of has some sort of idea where they think they know what crypto's really about. They really don't, though. But if you get out here you get on the internet and you start talking and you start trying to get a little bit of a voice or a little bit of a characteristic, like you get, you know what I mean? You get yourself a something.
God, watch Eugene's beginning videos, okay? I mean, it was that horrible. But it is just the more you get out and actually talk to people, the more you realize how many people are out there and how you're not alone. Because yes, like in the beginning, remember you were all like, oh, you know, well, and I mean, I think it was Adam Meister. Mm-hmm. He started just being like, you know, if you're watching me, go out and make your own YouTube video. Go out and add to the community.
Yeah, he was one of the ones that convinced me to get out here and start doing it myself. You know, it is that whole, I don't know, I felt the call. I felt the drive. I felt the need. It was like, if you think that you're going to just sit on the sidelines and partake in this network and receive the benefits of it, yes, maybe. But if you get out here and you get interactive and you're willing to get your hands dirty, then you're going to receive so much more. Because I've been receiving great friendship with you guys.
Yep.
You guys have been helping to add to my retirement fund. I mean,
there's been so many days.
Now we're looking at a workation. Now we're going to get out there and we're going to go like practically like we're like standing on the street corner preaching the Bible. But I mean, we're going to do it for Bitcoin.
There's been so many days when we haven't like felt it. And it's like, no, you know what? Like we're doing it anyways. And almost every single time something amazing has happened because we have literally hit start broadcast.
Yep.
Like, I mean, something amazing, where it's just, and I mean, I don't know. There's been a lot of times when it has been like, oh, we're not feeling it, we're not happy, we're not whatever.
I think it was a lot harder for me in the beginning because I was working that job at Premio and I was doing the 50, 60 hours a week. And it was like I was filming it at like 5 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning type deal before I had to run off to the factory and go work
this was
8,
also
9, 10, 12-hour shift.
When I cared about it, but not a lot. Like I was sitting there going, why are we still watching this? Why are we doing this?
But it was at then that it did the most for us.
Yeah.
Because right now, being in the bear market, if I started a channel today, I'd probably have trouble pulling 500 subscribers.
Yes.
These numbers are leftover people from the bull run. I picked up a good amount of subscribers in the bull run. Some of you guys are still from the bull run. I picked up some good, decent people along this bull run. But at the same time, I'm sure if I wasn't out there during that time, getting the education, getting started on Steemit, starting to post to these new social media platforms, because I noticed Tribe's been picking up.
Yeah.
I noticed people are commenting over there.
Yeah.
I still don't see much from Minds. I still don't see much from BitTube, but I keep trying because every person makes a difference, because it doesn't, it's not, it's about the individual connections. That's why this is a peer-to-peer system. It's not a you to everybody system. It's me to you and you to me. And me to this guy over here that makes this work. And if we don't start making the little connections, then how are we going to make this massive mesh grid network that incorporates the earth, where we're capable of sending our money back and forth and talking about these free ideals of how we all just want to live, how we all just want to get by, how we all just want to take care of ourselves and our children and our close immediate family, and not have all of this that seems to come along with it, that we're constantly dealing with just by trying to live. Like, life should not be a struggle of just trying to feed yourself and put a roof over your head. There's enough space on this earth at this moment where we should all have a roof over our head. Food is really not hard to come by. I produce some of my own, and it's like, if I didn't go work a job, I could produce all of my own food on this land. So don't let them kid you. I mean, why would you work 30 years to pay off a house? You could build one in 5 to 7. It's simple stuff that they con you into thinking that life is really different than what it actually is. There's a lot you can do if you get out there with your own 2 hands and just start trying to make it happen.
John said that crypto is the coolest space ever. And it is.
I love this space, and I'm happy that I've joined it. And literally, I feel like I have found a purpose to my life since I've been here. Because before this, I mean, I've been in all kinds of different things. I mean, when I was in my really early ages, I did a few drugs. I used to party. I've thought about DJing. I've gotten into car racing. I've gotten into motorcycle racing. I've gotten into, I mean, I don't even know, a million different things, and none of them clicked with me quite like cryptocurrency did. It's like my fundamental beliefs in cryptocurrency lined up so well that now I literally like to think of myself, I could care less about the price of Bitcoin. It could say $6,200 for the rest of my life, and I would be okay with that, because I know what the price of Bitcoin is. I will continue working with it being that price, and I will still continue preaching the word of Bitcoin for the rest of my life, telling people how they need to get over here, because this is better than regular money. Because you are your own bank, and that means that nobody's going to oppress you. And this whole concept of getting credit and your credit score and that determining how your future is going to be is absurd. My future is based on how well you think I'm going to work hard in the future for someone else to pay you back, and that determines how much money you're going to loan me to buy a nice place to live or a car to drive. The system is designed against us, and it has been for many generations now, and it's just getting worse and worse as we progress into the future. That's why you keep seeing more alternative people turning towards cryptocurrency, turning towards tiny homes, turning towards solar energy, turning towards these off the grid situations, because the grid is not where we want to be anymore. You're going to go work 50 hours a week and you're still going to come up short at the end. And that's not where anybody wants to be, because real life is designed to be spent with your wife and your children and the people you love and care about. Because if you're not spending time with them, what are you doing? What is life? What's going on? You're just waking up in the morning and going and giving your life away when time is the most valuable asset you have. You like to think you have 80 years, but do you? No one's guaranteed nothing.
Do you want to give
every day is
if you have 80 years, do you want to give 30 or 40 of it to working? That's more than half. And do you even count the first 15 years? You're a kid. You're a kid who don't even realize what you have before you have to start working for it.
All right. I don't know, because we're going way off, because even, my next thoughts is that even, our child, he doesn't even understand what money is. He thinks he's going to turn 18 and he thinks that he's just going to go get a job somewhere, and he thinks he's going to move in with his friends, and he thinks that he's going to go to some classes on the side part-time, and he's going to pay some bills and get a car. And in reality, you're going to go get a job as Zachary's making $8 an hour, and that's not really going to happen. But as always, I got all kinds of tools, links, and affiliation codes listed down there below to help you guys out with these cryptocurrency markets. Best tool I have, though, is my email help desk. It's at eugeneforce20@gmail.com. Come on over, check out some of the other social media I got going on. That way, in case YouTube ever shuts this down, you can still find me, right? I'm on DTube. I'm posting there every day. Posting a BitTube, posting to Tribes. Check that out. It's on EOS. I mean, been going pretty good. I got over 3,000 coins, about to break 4,000. I think I'm at 3,700 over there, so that's really awesome. I would tell you guys all the time, we're out here just trying to do the best we can do. We just want to help you guys through these cryptocurrency times. We want to help you figure out what's going on in this space. So we're going to be here, nothing tomorrow, right, Samantha?
Yeah.
Sunday, but we'll be here Monday, 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. I know some of you guys have been complaining about not being able to make it that early. That's why it's pre-recorded. You can watch it whenever. The live Q&A is, hey, if you're having a question, get in here, ask it. If you can't, hit me up on the email. Hit me up on Twitter. I think we're getting close to 1,600 followers over there, so that number's picking up quite a bit. That's a big plus. Besides that, you got anything, Samantha?
No, I'm good.
Getting excited. EDC is getting a little closer.
Yes.
The month is starting to wind down, so...
Yes.
Got your shirt ordered. We'll have to show everybody that when that gets here.
It'll be here anyway.
Wake me up when Bitcoin hits 1 million.
It'll be here soon.
Besides that, you guys, hey, I really appreciate you coming out here. I appreciate you guys giving this video a thumbs up. I mean, that always helps the channel. A share, a like, a subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're on the social media platforms watching this, like Minds and DTube and all of that, hey, give it a thumbs up. That helps too. Best way you can do something for the channel without giving a little money out of your pocket. But hey, if you feel like it, there's Tally Fund down there, which is still giving to the channel for the EDC cause. Any extra money that gets donated to that. We're past your shirt now, so we'd be
more gas, more food, more stuff. Yeah,
you never have enough money when it comes to those kinds of things. Besides that, we got donational addresses for the channel. That stuff goes to funding equipment, things like that. We're looking at a new camera possibly. The mic's still good, right? We've been looking at getting another laptop because this one's a little over a year old and we're upgrading. But besides all that, not a big deal. Just letting you know what's happening around here on the channel. Best thing you can do, though, is tune in Monday at 7:45 to join another episode. Keep your BTC safe.
Bye, guys.